we got to talk about Brock Purdy, man. Brock Purdy has a chance to forever cement himself in NFL history if he wins a Super Bowl, especially against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So far up to this point of the San Francisco 49ers reaching Super Bowl 58, Brock Purdy has been everything they could have asked for and more. People said at first, oh, Brock Purdy, he's going to be an afterthought, just a game manager, can't really elevate his team in big spots versus good teams, but we're getting more and more data points as time has gone on, and we just saw Brock Purdy in 2 straight playoff games versus Green Bay and Detroit elevate his game under pressure, fit the ball into tight windows, make plays with his legs, and ultimately elevate the San Francisco 49ers in adverse situations as their starting quarterback. No Deebo Samuel in the Green Bay Packers game. He goes out early with an injury. It doesn't matter. Brock Purdy plays well down the stretch and brings them back in a great game. Down 24-7 to the Detroit Lions. People thought, oh, the Lions are going to make an all-time great run to the Super Bowl. Purdy and the 49ers put an end to that, and Purdy played well down the stretch of that game. We can look at this Brock Purdy saga in 2 different ways. Maybe, just maybe, he is getting carried by Kyle Shanahan and a great organization and a great roster. And 5 years from now, we're never really going to hear from Brock Purdy. Maybe that's the truth. Or maybe, just maybe, Brock Purdy is a star in the making and on pace to have a legendary NFL career. Maybe, just maybe. I think that if you're being an unbiased fan, I think you have to bring up these 2 viewpoints. In Brock Purdy's first full season as a starter, if he were to knock off Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl, he's going to go down in NFL history, and that performance will go down in NFL history as one of the greatest performances ever and one of the most inspiring performances ever, because Brock Purdy, he was the last pick of his draft class. Everyone doubted him, called him Mr. Irrelevant. It became a meme, and if Brock Purdy goes from Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl winner, it will elevate his brand and his overall status in the National Football League. And I think that he would get a lot more respect from the general NFL fan base and just players in general. Now, there's probably always going to be haters saying, oh, no matter what Purdy does, he's going to have to win 5 Super Bowls to prove me wrong. But I'm not in that boat. I'm willing to be wrong about Brock Purdy because at first, I got to admit, I didn't know if he had NFL stuff in him. I liked what I saw early on, but I was like, okay, you still have Trey Lance in the building. I think he's more talented than Brock Purdy. Maybe you roll with him, but it seems like that's proven to be a laughable statement. And it seems like Brock Purdy just continues to keep all these receipts and just prove everyone wrong. In fact, Kyle Shanahan tried to bring Tom Brady out of retirement. And Brock Purdy even told Kyle Shanahan, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Do you not think I can play? I mean, you drafted me. I'm here. Well, what's the problem here, Shanahan? So I'm really, really interested to see how Brock Purdy plays. I think Brock Purdy, as long as the 49ers can call plays to get him settled into the game early, I think he's going to do just fine. And I think that even in adverse situations, if the 49ers are down 10 points in the 4th quarter, I know it's crazy to say this in terms of this Super Bowl 58 matchup between Niners and Chiefs, but I think Purdy has a chance to come back and actually beat this Chiefs team because it seems like Brock Purdy just has a never say die, never quit attitude. And the thing you like to see about Brock Purdy is, yes, he can win when everything is going right, but he's proven as time has gone on, in the small sample sizes we've seen, he can actually elevate in these adverse situations, and he can be a clutch quarterback when it matters. So I think Brock Purdy has a chance to win Super Bowl MVP. I think he's going to play well, and I think this is going to be a back-and-forth, nip-and-tuck game between the Niners and the Chiefs. I could see a situation where maybe Purdy is overwhelmed and, the Chiefs just take this one pretty easily, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Purdy is going to play well. I think Christian McCaffrey will show up. I think Kyle Shanahan will coach a very good game. And I think the 49ers defense, led by the Nick Boses of the world, Chase Young kind of lurking in the background, I think that they'll have something for Patrick Mahomes that he may not be expecting. And, We'll see what happens between the 49ers and Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. But all I'm saying is, Brock Purdy, there's a lot on the line for him, I should say, from a legacy perspective. And I think that he has a chance to go down in NFL history if he plays great in this Super Bowl.